Good morning, children. Hope you are doing fine at home. Today we will be doing a lesson called Dr. Dolittle Learns Animal Language. So, the name of this doctor is called Dr. Dolittle, and this doctor learns a new thing. He learns how to speak with animals. If you get a chance, children, there is an English movie on this lesson called Dr. Dolittle. You can watch it. Now let's read the lesson together. Now, listen, doctor, said Polynesia, and I'll tell you something. Did you know that animals can talk? So, who is Polynesia? Polynesia is this parrot over here, and this is Dr. Dolittle. So, Polynesia is asking Dr. Dolittle, I will tell you something. Do you know that animals also can speak? क्या आपको पता है कि जानवर भी बात कर सकते हैं? So what does Dr. Dolittle say? I knew that parrots can talk, said the doctor. डॉक्टर बोलते हैं मैं जानता हूँ कि पैरट बोल सकते हैं. Polynesia says, Oh, we parrots can talk in two languages, people's language and bird language. So what is Polynesia saying? I know two languages and all parrots speak in two languages. One language is people's language. So if you have a parrot, sometimes whatever you speak to the parrot copies you and says it back. So that way it's speaking people's language. But sometimes it only makes noises just like a normal parrot. That time it's speaking bird language. So parrots speak two languages, people's language and birds' language. If I say, Polly wants a biscuit, you understand me? If it talks people's language, then all the people will understand the parrot because they are speaking our language. They are speaking like human beings. But hear this. Kaka oi e fi fi. Did you understand what the parrot said, children? No, because this is parrot language. So now you can't understand. Good gracious, cried the doctor. What does that mean? So even the doctor could not understand this language of Polynesia. He said, इसका क्या मतलब होता है? मुझे तो कुछ समझ में नहीं आया. So parrot says, this means, is the porridge hot yet? In which language? Bird language. मतलब काका ओए ई फी फी, इसका क्या मतलब हुआ बर्ड लैंग्वेज में? इज द पॉरेज हॉट येट? पॉरेज क्या गरम है, गरम हुआ है? सो दिस इज व्हाट द बर्ड आस्क्ड द डॉक्टर, बट द डॉक्टर नेवर अंडरस्टूड. सो एवरीथिंग दैट द एनिमल्स स्पीक इन देयर लैंग्वेज हैज अ मीनिंग. माय, you don't say so, said the doctor. You never talked that way to me before. So doctor saying, पहले कभी मेरे साथ ऐसे बात नहीं किया. You always spoke in human language. Today you're speaking to me in bird language. What would have been the good, said Polynesia, dusting some biscuit crumbs off her left wing. You wouldn't have understood me if I had. तो पॉलिनेशिया डॉक्टर को जवाब देती है कि अगर मैं बर्ड लैंग्वेज में आपसे बात करती थी तो आपको वैसे भी कुछ समझ में नहीं आता था, इसलिए मैं ह्यूमन या पीपल लैंग्वेज में आपसे बात करती हूँ. मगर मैं बर्ड लैंग्वेज भी जानती हूँ. Tell me some more, said the doctor, all excited. डॉक्टर बहुत ही खुश हुआ कि उसे कुछ नया सीखने को मिला. So he told Polynesia, please teach me some more things. And he rushed over to the dresser drawer and came back with a notebook and a pencil. So he went to his cupboard, opened his cupboard drawer, and removed his notebook and pencil to write down what Polynesia is teaching him. Now, don't go too fast and I'll write it down. This is interesting. So he bought his notebook and he told Polynesia, now you teach me this bird language and I will make notes and write it down. But speak little slowly. This is very interesting. Something quite new. Give me the bird's ABC first, slowly now. So just like when we learn a new language, first we learn letters, ABC. Then we learn to speak the language. So doctor told Polynesia, पहले मुझे bird language का ABC सिखाओ, फिर बाद में sentences बताओ. So that was the way the doctor came to know that animals had a language of their own and could talk to one another. तो इस तरह डॉक्टर ने क्या सीखा उस दिन कि हर एक जानवर का खुद का लैंग्वेज होता है और जानवर इस लैंग्वेज से एक दूसरे से बात कर सकते हैं. And all that afternoon while it was raining, Polynesia sat on the kitchen table giving him bird words to put down in the notebook. तो सारा दोपहर बाहर तो बारिश हो रही थी पर डॉक्टर क्या काम कर रहे थे? नोट्स लिख रहे थे. पॉलिनेशिया डॉक्टर को बर्ड लैंग्वेज सिखा रहे थे और डॉक्टर अपने नोटबुक में सारा नोट डाउन कर रहे थे. So he was learning the bird language. At tea time, when the dog Jip came in, the parrot said to the doctor, "See, he's talking to you." चाय के वक्त जब शाम हुई तो डॉक्टर का जो कुत्ता है जिप वो अंदर आया. तो पैरट ने डॉक्टर को बोला, इसे देखो, ये भी आपसे अभी बात कर रहा है. Looks to me as though he was scratching his ear, said the doctor. डॉक्टर बोल रहे हैं, ऐसा लग रहा है कि वो कान खुजा रहा है, कौन सा बात कर रहा है. But animals don't always speak with their mouths, said the parrot in a high voice, raising her eyebrows. तो पैरट को गुस्सा आया. उसने कहा, जैसे मैं 2 लैंग्वेज जानता हूँ वैसे सारे जानवर 2 लैंग्वेज नहीं जानते हैं. वह हमेशा अपने मुंह से बात नहीं कर सकते हैं. इसी तरह जिप जो है यहाँ पे अपने मुंह से बात नहीं कर रहा है पर आपको कुछ कहने की कोशिश कर रहा है. They talk with their ears, with their feet, with their tails, with everything. Sometimes they don't want to make a noise. तो जानवर जो होते हैं अपने शरीर के हर भाग से अपने को कुछ न कुछ बताने की कोशिश कर रहे थे. जैसे कभी कभी वो अपनी टेल हिलाते हैं, कभी कान हिलाते हैं, कभी आँखों से इशारा करते हैं, कभी भाग के कुछ बताते हैं. तो ज़रूरी नहीं है कि वह अपने मुंह से बात करेंगे. वह हमें कुछ इशारा देते हैं और आवाज़ नहीं करते हैं कभी कभी. Do you see now the way he's twitching up one side of his nose? Twitching up one side of his nose means how when your nose tickles you, you push your nose on one side and make a funny face. So twitching your nose means moving your nose on one side. So doctor was noticing that Jip is twitching his nose. But he doesn't know why he's doing that. So he asks, "What does that mean?" asked the doctor. "What does it mean when he's twitching his nose? What is he trying to tell me?" "That means, can't you see that it has stopped raining?" Polynesia answered. "He is asking you a question." Dogs nearly always use their noses for asking questions. So when Jip was twitching his nose, what was Jip trying to tell doctor? He's telling doctor that, "Can't you see that it stopped raining outside? Now you can take me out." So he is trying to talk to doctor. And mostly dogs use their nose for asking questions. After a while, with the parrot's help, the doctor got to learn the language of the animals so well that he could talk to them himself and understood everything they said. Then he gave up being a people's doctor altogether. After learning from Polynesia, bird language and animal language, Dr. Dolittle became so good in learning and talking to animals. He became an expert with animals. So, he gave up being a people's doctor and started treating animals. He started being friends with animals and understanding what they are trying to say. This was taken from The Story of Dr. Dolittle by Hugh Lofting. I hope you like the story. So this is about a doctor who learns how to learn animal language, and because of this he becomes friends with all the animals and can speak to them and help them out. Now let's answer the questions. First one, who was Polynesia? Polynesia कौन थी? Polynesia was a parrot. B. Why was the doctor excited? Polynesia spoke to the doctor in bird language. So the doctor was excited and wanted to learn more about bird language. C. What did Polynesia and the doctor do all that afternoon? Answer. All that afternoon while it was raining, Polynesia sat on the kitchen table giving the doctor bird words to put in his notebook. So she was teaching bird language to the doctor. D. What did Polynesia tell the doctor about animals talking without making a noise? So how do animals talk without opening their mouth? Animals talk with their ears, with their tails, with their feet, with everything. Sometimes they don't want to make a noise. Dogs always nearly use their noses for asking questions. E. When did the doctor give up being a people's doctor altogether? डॉक्टर ने कभी छोड़ दिया ह्यूमन बीइंग्स का इलाज करने? The answer is, with the parrot's help, the doctor got to learn the language of the animals so well that he could talk to them himself and understand everything they said. Then he gave up being a people's doctor altogether. That means once he learned the animal language, once he could understand what the animals were speaking, at that time he decided to stop being a doctor to humans and to become an animal doctor. Question 2. Find out and write the following from the lesson. A. The words that mean, is the porridge hot yet? Is the porridge hot yet? How did Polynesia say it in bird language? Kaka oi e fifi. B. Something that means, can't you see that it has stopped raining in dog language? How did the dog try asking the doctor this? The dog twitches up one side of his nose. In this way he asks questions. Now children, do you think the two things above as described in this passage could be true? क्या आपको ऐसा लगता है कि जानवरों का भी एक लैंग्वेज होता है? जानवर भी दूसरे लोगों से बात करने की कोशिश करते हैं अपने लैंग्वेज में? Yes, the above two things can be true. And this you can do on your own, children. You have to gather information about how animals communicate. आपको अलग अलग तरीके ढूंढने हैं जिससे अलग अलग जानवर बात करते हैं या हमें कुछ बताने की कोशिश करते हैं. Just like when dog wants to ask questions, they twitch their nose. So search for other animals. In what way do they try to talk to us? Some examples are given to you. You can search for more examples. One is, honeybees dance to tell other bees that they have found nectar. So honeybees pass a message. When they have found nectar, they are so happy that they start dancing. Dogs wag their tail to show pleasure. ये आप सबने देखा होगा. Whenever you enter home, if you have a dog, the dog is so happy to see you that he jumps all around, wagging his tail, shaking his tail very fast. Cats move their tail when they are angry or irritated. So cats normally have a straight tail, but when they are angry, they start moving their tail. Elephants lick their trunks to show affection. So you must have seen in some pictures or some stories, one elephant puts his trunk in front and touches the other elephant's trunk and they hold it. Just like we shake hands with another person, this is to show their affection, to show how much they love each other. You should try finding out some more examples of how animals talk to us. Question 4. If you could learn the language of one animal, what animal would you choose? Why would you choose that animal? What would you talk about? Write it in short. So just like Dr. Dolittle spoke to Polynesia the parrot and learned bird language, if you become a doctor or if you get that power to learn an animal language, which animal language would you like to learn and why? And what would you talk with that animal? आप उस जानवर से क्या क्या बात करते थे? Talk about it in a few lines. And the last one, learn and write 10 letters of any language other than English. So in English, you know your ABCD letters. Same way, see any other language that is new to you and learn 10 letters of any of that language and write it down. That is all in this lesson today, children. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you get time, you can watch the movie Dr. Dolittle. You will enjoy it. Thank you and have a nice day.